What's up, y'all? It's Ike, and we back. I guess, I don't know, I just wanted to try to make these daily, and I'm gonna make a bigger emphasis to do that. But I guess this would be technically day 2 of like the Scent 1 trial, clinical trial. And well, yesterday was really the day 2 where I took the second day of medicine. It's only twice a week where I take the medicine, so I'll take one on one day, and then I'll take another one on another day, and then on the next day, and then I don't have to take the medicine again until the next week. So I'm good until next Wednesday when I took the first one, and then next Thursday I'll take the next one. Today is Friday. But yeah, I guess, like, I don't know, no changes. I mean, I feel the same. Every time I've taken the medicine, though, there's been maybe like a short period after, and I don't know if I'm like psyching myself out or anything like that, but because placebos do the same thing too, but there is like a slight period where I just feel like, I don't know how to call it, how to explain it, but I really feel like flushed with like energy, like ability a little bit, but it doesn't really last long either. So that's another reason that makes me, I'd be wondering, is this just in my head, or is it the medicine, or but I'm not thinking too hard about it though. As long as I'm making sure I'm being aware though of like my body and how I feel, because I mean, I'm gonna be the first man to have to figure out. Like, I mean, really, I'm number one in the trial, but also, like, I meant that by, like, my doctors aren't really gonna be able to tell unless it's just something just abnormally wrong with my vitals. I gotta be in tune with my body. And I think that's a good place to segment. I mean, maybe we should just make this video kind of, because I already wanted to, I told y'all I rant and ramble, and then I go in several directions. Look at that light. Oh my gosh. But you have to stay, if you have sickle cell, you have to stay mindful of your body, because there's a lot of moments where you're about to precipitate a crisis, and you can kind of like know, if you know yourself and you're not really like just denying the signs and stuff like that, there are several signs and stuff internally that you start to feel before you start to have like a major crisis. And at first, like being younger, I guess it was harder for me to notice, because it would, even though the signs were still happening and stuff like that, I would definitely just be like pushing it off, or not really just being aware of self enough to notice like, oh crap, until like it was like that bad where I can't move and I'm crying and flailing and stuff. Like, then that's when I was like, oh, that must be bad. Like, but you can be self-aware enough through mindfulness and stuff like that, just to understand your body and understand the things that are about to cause you to have a crisis. For me, and like, I mean, this will have to be another video. It's so funny, we have so many videos. But for me, stress is really one of my biggest factors. Stress really is one of the biggest like things that will tip off like a crisis for me. Pain, so like stress, emotional stress, physical stress, labor. Like, really though, physical labor, because I'm super fatigued all the time. And I mean, I feel like I'm pretty like decent strength. I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'1". Like, I'm decent. Like, but I always like say that I feel like I have like 1/3 of the energy that everybody else, like, just because I'm so aware of myself now at this point, I'm aware of other people, and I can kind of see like where I am that other people are, and I literally feel like I have like 1/3 of the energy that most people do, just when how I perceive it. But so I have to stay away from stress, emotional stress, physical stress, physical labor and stuff like that. Weather is really another big one for me, unfortunately. weather's a huge one, but that's a little bit more random, and weather's not always like something you can control, but you can control if you're cold or not. Like, definitely not being freezing cold, not like diving into cold pools and stuff like that. Like, those are all like really bad triggers. But for me, really, like stress, anxiety, like I already deal with a good amount of anxiety, and just being like stressed out will cause me to like clench and tense in a lot of the same ways that I tense and clench up whenever I feel pain from my sickle cell or from the sickle cell. I don't want to claim any of it because it's not mine. And but yeah, like that, like stress and anxiety and stuff like that kind of has me like you clench up and stuff like that. But like when you're in pain and crisis and stuff like that, you're doing the same thing because you're really trying to fight your body in a sense. And it just feels like